Just a few years ago, conservationists were largely carrying out critical work on their own with little or no help from the outside world. This work can often be difficult, dangerous, and frustrating, trying to operate on a shoestring and fundraise while still working in the field. Now, a movement of people who want to be involved in conservation from all over the world have joined founder Richard Leakey in creating Wildlife Direct. The gap can be bridged between interested people anywhere in the world and the actual conservationists in the field. Through the internet and blogging, writing daily entries, people become connected.
Well, Wildlife Direct responds to something that I've been aware of for many, many years, and that is there are millions and millions of people, particularly in the West, but not only in the West, who are deeply worried about the state of wildlife, state of nature. Most of them are people who can't do much about it. They don't really know what's happening, and if they do, they don't know how to help. Wildlife Direct will enable anyone who wants to know and who wants to participate in a small way to do something. Destroying the habitat, destroying wildlife, destroying ecosystems will not make anybody richer. Countries will turn their economies around, and when they do, it's important that the national parks and the protected areas, the wetlands, the forests and the animals are still there. In an economic downturn, somebody who might have given $10,000 will say, I can't afford to do that. But somebody who is going to give $5 will almost certainly still be able to give $5. And that's why we have to have millions of people behind this concept.
There are only 700 mountain gorillas left. 10 were killed in the Virunga National Park last year. Africa's largest hippo population has declined by 98% in the last 5 years due to poaching. Protecting the gorillas in the Virunga National Park was Wildlife Direct's first project. With instability in the Congo and warring factions preying on the gorillas have not been the only casualties. Rangers daily face danger. Some have lost their lives. With crucial donations from the public, from you, we can keep rangers in their jobs, we hope safely, and gorillas in their natural habitat. Rangers blog daily in Virunga so the public will know what challenges the gorillas and the rangers face in a constant war zone. Elephant populations are still declining due to poaching over most of their range. There were 1.2 million in the 1960s, and that number has dropped to about 300,000 in 2001.
National Geographic has been involved in conservation issues for more than 100 years. And about a year ago, Richard Leakey came to my office and laid forth a new proposal for a conservation movement that would involve grassroots participation by citizens around the world and the creation of a new organization. And the idea was very simple, actually, but also audacious in its goals. His proposal and what this new organization, Wildlife Direct, does is to link individual donors around the planet directly with the men and women who are on the ground dealing with some of the most difficult and important conservation issues confronting us today. National Geographic has been partnering with Wildlife Direct for a year now, and I can say without reservation that it is one of the most effective conservation organizations that I have dealt with, and I would hope that other organizations, other individuals would join National Geographic in supporting the very important work of Wildlife Direct.
Africa's lions are facing an unprecedented collapse across Africa from 200,000 just over a decade ago to fewer than 23,000. Lions are particularly vulnerable outside of the protected areas due to human conflict. The Lion Guardians project began in 2006 after more than 150 lions in the Tsavo Amboseli ecosystem were slaughtered in the previous 5 years. The greatest threat to the lions in Maasai land is by warriors, or Morans, who set out to kill lions for attacking livestock, or for traditional reasons they hunt them down. This project gives the responsibility of protecting the lions to those who actually hunt them. Maasais are employed as guardians to monitor the lions' movements and to educate the community about carnivores and how better to save their livestock without killing precious animals. Anthony Kasanga is the chief lion guardian. He posts entries to his blog every day, and he's developed an international following. He works closely with his community and sees a difference in the way his people view lions and wildlife. And he says he's learned a great deal from the Guardian's experience, something he would never have dreamed of. If 1 million people gave only $1 each in a time of need, we would be able to respond to any conservation crisis. Most parks in Africa are underfunded. African governments only spend less than 1% of their national budgets on protected area management. Most African parks depend on tourism revenues for their survival. Most parks do not generate enough funds on a sustainable basis. The Mara Triangle is the northwestern part of the world-famous Masai Mara Game Reserve. It is managed by the non-profit organization, the Mara Conservancy. Work here is threatened by a downturn in the global economy, which is affecting tourism. Some essential activities like night patrols by rangers have had to be cut back. We have been relying on kind donors to continue with crucial park operations, including desnaring and anti-poaching patrols, to help meet our monthly shortfall of $50,000. The Mara Conservancy is widely recognized as an efficient conservation authority, and its management is considered highly successful.
We are trying to raise donor support to meet our core operational costs. If this continues as it has done in January and early February, then we're going to have to make major cutbacks. Even with the cutbacks we've instituted, we still have a $150,000 shortfall for the next 5 months.
Wildlife Direct can handle donated funds from all over the world. And your donations, less bank fees, go exactly where you want them to go. We are a registered charity in the United States. Our commitment to conservationists and donors is total transparency. We believe in good conservation that can be trusted.
Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching this. And I really hope that you can join us, become a member, and participate in this hugely exciting endeavour at the beginning of the 21st century to really secure wildlife and wild places for future generations. It's worth it.